Welcome back to Black Science. Tonight we're going to talk about the Supreme Court leak that Roe versus Wade possibly has been overturned. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. The Supreme Court, in a leak by Politico, in a rough draft report, is basically saying that Roe versus Wade has been overturned. Roe versus Wade 1973 gave a woman a right to have an abortion. It legally gave it the right in 50 states. But this decision that we're seeing right here, if overturned, it would send everything back to the states. So that means each state would have the opportunity to vote on abortion. Well, if you live in New York State, California, Illinois, New Jersey, we all know that they would pass legislation saying abortion is legal. But do we know about Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Alabama? They would have that right to make their own decisions. But there are plenty of people who are pro-choice, plenty of people who are pro-life. It's estimated that about 60 million babies have been aborted in America. And I want to speak quickly from an African American position that we have lost over 20 million babies to abortion. And we all know that Planned Parenthood and other abortion facilities are set up in the black community because ratio-wise, we are the highest number of women, black women, have abortions. It's about 5 times higher than white women. We are doing everything that racist Margaret Sanger wanted us to do. When she went on to talk to black ministers back in the early teens, 19 teens and 20, she wanted them to know that it was okay for us to abort our children. But it was basically about black population control. And it has come to fruition. Our numbers has stood at 45 million over the past 10 to 20 years. That's because of crime, murder, but it's also because of abortions. We have seen the Hispanic community grow astronomically because they are Catholic and they don't believe in abortions. So the abortion industry makes millions of dollars off of the death of our children. Some of you may say they are not children, but I believe when conception happens, you are one of God's children. And if you read the Bible, God tells you simply, I knew you before you was even born. If God knew you before you were born, he knew before you were even conceived. And he always tells you, I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, I am the beginning, and I am the end. He makes the decision on who lives and who dies, at what time, and at what place. This decision is going to bring a lot of rancor to this country. You're going to see protests like you saw in 2020. It's going to get extremely nasty. And you see how the politicians are talking about this issue. When this issue was adjudicated in 1973, everyone accepted Roe versus Wade. Just like when gay marriage was adjudicated. People accepted gay marriage because it was the Supreme Court. And if this decision is adjudicated that Roe v. Wade is struck down, you should accept this. But there are people on the left who would refuse to accept this decision, and they will cause chaos throughout this nation. They have already mobilized, and the decision has not yet come out. This is a rough draft. This is not a decision by the Supreme Court. But those on the left will use this to intimidate the Supreme Court, to possibly changing their ruling. They will actually use mob rule and intimidation to get the decision that they want. You had Joe Biden and others talking about court packing. Now they're talking about we must elect pro-choice candidates. Most Democrats are pro-choice. But you have to understand that if we don't allow the Supreme Court to do their job, they will just become another political institution in which you will try and court pack to put more liberals on the court than conservatives. This decision will be 5-4, just like so many other controversial decisions. And we as American people have learned to live with those decisions. They can be changed. But I would say this. This is going to be almost like a battle to the end. This could change America forever because of those on the left who use all kind of tactics to put fear in the Supreme Court justices. And for the black community, we should teach our young women about sex, and that is sacred, and having a child is sacred, and that you should not use your body and give it to a man who does not deserve it. Abortion should be something that is for those who have been raped or taken advantage of. It shouldn't be used as an everyday process to get rid of God's children. God will never bless a country that aborts its children. And if you've seen ever since 1973, you have seen the decline of America. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.